Hi guys, magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. O, matutunghayan natin ngayon yung sa Senado pero ginanap po ito sa Baguio City.
To call to order
Ayan.
this public hearing of the subcommittee of the Senate Committee on Constitutional Amendments and Revisions of Codes. We're here to hear Senate Resolution number 6 to amend the Philippine Constitution on three aspects: on public services and utilities first, and secondly on higher education, and third on advertising. And we're here to hear the views of our countrymen from our kababayans from the north, especially here in Baguio City. Good morning to all our friends and public officials. But first, allow me to acknowledge my colleagues here, our second highest official at the Senate and the chairperson of the Committee on Culture, Senate President Pro Tempore, Senator Lauren Legarda. Good morning, ma'am. And also with us is our chair of the Senate Committee on National Defense. Baka nakikita na paparadyo sa TV lagi, ang ating popular Senator Bato, Ronald Bato, Dela Rosa. Morning, sir. Of course, we'd like to acknowledge our distinguished guests this morning from both the provincial and local governments, as well as from various government agencies. We have with us Baguio City Mayor and Chairman of the Metropolitan Baguio City La Trinidad, Itogon, Sablan, Tuba, and Tublay Development Authority, Mayor Benjamin Magalong. Morning, sir. Thank you for joining us. Itogon Benguet Mayor Bernard Waklin. Morning, sir. Tuba Benguet Mayor Clarita Salongan. Morning po. Sablan Benguet Mayor Alfredo Dacumos Jr. Ilocos Sur Board Member and former Mayor of Candon, Erickson Sixon. Sir. NEDA CAR Regional Director Susan Sumbeling. DepEd CAR Regional Director Estela Carino. TESTA Benguet Acting Provincial Director Arlene Cadalig. Bases Conversion and Development Authority BCDA OIC Corporate Planning Department Crineza Vel Mendoza. From industry, we have Benguet Electric Cooperative or Beneco Chairperson Steve Kating. Morning po. Baguio Water District Chairman and University of Cordilleras College of Law Dean Attorney Renato Rondez. Morning, Dean. Yeah. Also from the education sector, from Cordillera State Institute of Technical Education, Interim Executive Director Daisy Bugalyon. Pangasinan State University Binmalay, Campus Executive Director Dr. Marie Claire Briones. Along with Pangasinan State University Bayambang Campus Director Gudelia Samson. And St. Louis University Office for Legal Affairs Director Attorney Johan Macob. University of Northern Philippines Director Carlo Ventura. Don Mariano Marcos Memorial State University La Union Legal Officer Attorney Alan Pahimola. Bangi Institute of Technology Administrator Carlos Carizal. TESTA Regional Training Center La Union Chief Specialist Artemio Pulido. And I'm also informed that we have with us John Hay Management Corporation President and CEO Alan Garcia. Yeah. Did I fail to acknowledge anybody present at the table today? Yes. Mr. Emerito Narag, OIC Assistant Director for Dole CAR. Anybody else? Yeah, thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. And again, also thank you to my colleagues. Maybe perhaps before we get the ball rolling, we would like to ask our colleagues if they have any preliminary statements. Senators Legarda and De La Rosa. Senator Lauren.
Good morning to all of you. Happy to be here in the North. And we're here to listen to your views, those who are elected in local governments, those representing the private sector, those representing the agencies of government in the region. We'd like to hear from you on the resolution of both houses number 6. We are certain that by now you've probably read it and you'd have your ideas on the advertising, education, and public services sectors that will be affected. That is a subject of our consultation today. This is the first of a series of out-of-town hearings, aside from the hearings conducted by the chair, attended by all of us in the Senate. So we are happy to be back in the summer capital of the Philippines. We would like to know whether the proposed measure will actually alleviate the condition in our country. How will it affect livelihood and the local economy in the Cordillera region? And in Region 1 as well. We'd like to hear from you. Thank you very much and good morning.
Thank you very much, Senator Legarda. Now we ask Senator Bato if he wishes to make a statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Naimbag nga adlaw. Mr. Chair, colleagues present and our resource persons for today's hearing. Foremost, I would like to thank our subcommittee chairperson, Senator Sani Angara, for conducting this sixth public hearing in Baguio City. This is where I started my journey as a public servant when I entered the Philippine Military Academy. This city and its people will always have a special place in my heart, just like the good mayor of Baguio City, Mayor Magalong. There is an age-old saying: the only constant thing in life is change, and there is no denying the truth of this saying. Ilang beses na siguro nating napatunayan na madalas ang mga napag-iiwanan sa buhay ay yung mga kumakapit sa nakaraan, sa nakasanayan. When the moment calls for us to decide, we must decide. And we can only pray that the decisions we make today are not the ones we regret in the future. Perhaps the good thing is that we are given the opportunity to choose our fate. In the context of this hearing, I say that coming together and deciding as a nation is in itself already a victory. Noon pa man po ay hindi ko isinara ang aking isip sa pagbabago, lalo na po kung ito ay nakabubuti sa ating bayan. Today, we as a people are standing in front of a crossroad. Are we for the charter change or not? And if we are, what provisions do we intend to amend? But most importantly, will it improve the lives of every Filipino? We want to know from the residents of Baguio City and nearby provinces present today the possible effects of the proposed amendments to the Constitution. Would these amendments create opportunities and improve the local economy? In the midst of all the controversies brought about by the manner as to how the Constitution is to be amended, we have somehow found a silver lining. Every elected official behind and against charter change claim that their motivation is to uplift the lives of Filipinos. As to each one's declared intention, it is nothing short of noble. As to authenticity, that is something for our people to discern and decide. I began by telling you that I hold this place very close to my heart, and I wish to end with an assurance that also comes from my heart, mula sa puso ni Bato, na hindi kailanman naging pusong bato. I assure you, whatever change we may all decide on, we will make sure that it is the people who will benefit the most. To the people of Baguio and the Cordilleras, whatever the outcome of this political exercise may be, I will see to it that the environment and the cultural identity of everyone is protected and at all times respected. Maraming salamat. Agyam Manak, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Senator Bato. Tamang-tama nga, it's the PMA graduation and the President is darating po si Presidente bukas. So congratulations to the PMA graduates. Life-changing yan for these cadets. Just like General, they can also be a General Bato, Senator Ping Lacson, Mayor Magalong. We'd like to acknowledge the presence of one of our colleagues and also the chairperson, one of the co-chairpersons of EDCOM. Magkasama po kami doon. Congressman Marco, good morning, sir. Morning po. So, this is our sixth public hearing, but the first out of town. And it's a focused discussion on three areas. Yung public services, although dito sa public services, wala kaming dinadagdag. Gusto lang namin na ma-institutionalize yung nailagay dun sa Public Service Act amendments na pinasa namin nung nakaraang administrasyon. Kung saan binuksan natin yung mga telcos at ibang negosyo sa mga dayuhang magnenegosyo para to encourage competition in certain public utilities and also to encourage better services to our countrymen. Pero at the present, that is at naka-TRO yun sa Supreme Court. So one way of breaking that impasse is to pass this that certain provision where kasi nga ang argument doon kaya na TRO is because it is against the Constitution. But if we place it in the Constitution na ito yung patakaran and ito yung pwedeng pumasok ang ating mga dayuhang negosyo, dun wala na pong usapang sa Supreme Court. That will be settled. At pangalawa yung higher education institutions at pangatlo yung advertising. So we're here to hear you. So without further ado, we'll turn it over to you. First, we'll go with Mayor Benji, then Kong Mark, and then the other mayors here in Benguet. So Mayor Benji, please, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much, Madam Mr. Chair. Imbagang sapa, kadatayo amin na po. On behalf of the City of Baguio and the Metro Police Development Authority, our warm welcome to Senator Sonny Angara, to Senator Loren Legarda, to Senator Bato de la Rosa, and hopefully we'll be joined by Senator no less than by the Senate President, Senator Juan Miguel Zumiri, and Senator Christopher Bongo. It is our honor that the Senate Committee has come to Baguio to hold this public hearing, attended by resource persons today. It need not to be stressed that this hearing is vital for the actions of our legislators in the coming times, because this opens the discussion of amending portions of the Philippine Constitution, the supreme law of the land, particularly those provisions which serve as the fundamental policy in the regulation of our economic activities. During my travels abroad, I had the opportunity to observe how other countries, especially progressive countries, have used special laws, economic laws and policies, and technological advancement, enhancing efficiency and productivity of industries. I always leave these trips with this thought that these practices can be implemented in the Philippines. I do not doubt that our local talents are capable of putting Philippine industries at par with peers in the global stage. But the potential is fully realized with increased capital investment, comprehensive collaborations, trainings for innovative or new methods, and of course, the strong support of the government and the appropriate laws for that matter. This is why I support legislation that advances economic opportunities for the Filipino. And with the current landscape, our industries would be able to support an economic track that is globally competitive, dynamic, and adaptive to economic trends. I would like also to decry some efforts of some legislators to pursue the people's initiative. I believe it is purely unethical. With that support, however, I also firmly believe that the process for moving these kinds of legislations forward should be aligned with what is provided in our Constitution, and that the core foundations of nationalism and national interest are still primarily protected, and if not strengthened. I have taken note that the Honorable Senate President has already categorically stated before the Senate will not succumb to the pressure of a deadline, and I completely agree with that principle. An amendment to the Constitution demands careful and an in-depth study, analysis of risk, and this public hearing establishes our legislators' earnest steps in that direction, because it is our hope in the Metro Police Development Authority that whatever result is had from these public hearings, it is always in pursuit of the best interests of our country and its people. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Mayor Magalong. Tama po yan. We're really trying to go in depth sa studies ko namin. Congressman Mark, sir, you have the floor, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, Senator Sani. To our honorable senators, Senator Lauren, Senator Sani, and Senator Bato, esteemed resource persons present this morning, our honored guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, isa pong mapagpalayang umaga sa ating lahat. I stand before you today humbled by the opportunity to address this crucial issue at the intersection of economic policy and national development. As a legislator, I am deeply invested in the future prosperity of our beloved nation. And I believe that these proposed amendments to the Philippine Constitution warrant careful consideration and thoughtful deliberation. Before I proceed further, I want to express my gratitude for the invitation to participate in this hearing and assure you of my commitment to contributing meaningfully in our discussions today. In addition to my remarks today, I will be submitting a comprehensive position paper outlining my perspectives on Senate Resolution of both Houses number 6. This document will provide detailed analysis, evidence-based arguments in support of the proposed amendments, drawing upon insights gleaned from consultations with stakeholders and experts in the field. Now let me turn our attention to the substance of the matter at hand. In a rapidly evolving global landscape, the Philippines finds itself at a pivotal crossroads, faced with the imperative to adapt and innovate to thrive in this 21st century. The proposed amendments to certain economic provisions of our Constitution, particularly on Articles 12, 14, and 16, represent a bold step toward unlocking the full economic potential of our nation. Let us first consider the issue of foreign ownership in public utilities. The proposed amendments to Section 11, Article 12, which seek to grant Congress the authority to permit foreign companies 100% ownership in public utilities, hold immense promise for fostering economic growth, enhancing infrastructure development, and promoting healthy competition in our country. While concerns have been raised regarding the potential impact on local businesses and employment opportunities, it is crucial to recognize the significant socioeconomic benefits associated with attracting foreign investment in public utilities. Data presented by government officials, including Undersecretary Sharon Garin of the Department of Energy, underscores the substantial capital inflows, job creation, and environmental benefits that foreign investments in renewable energy projects can bring by welcoming foreign investments while implementing appropriate safeguards. We have the opportunity to stimulate economic growth and create employment opportunities and contribute to sustainable development. Moving on to the issue of foreign ownership in education, it is evident that the landscape of global education is evolving rapidly, and our
technical error. Guys, technical problem.